Hi, I'm George. I work at the Gooden Center. I'm also an alumni of Gooden Center treatment. And while I am an addict in long-term recovery, I don't know a whole lot about mental health or mental health treatment, or at least not on the clinical side of things. I learned a long time ago that if I don't have experience with something or there's something I want to know a few things about, I should find someone who does know a lot about that and does have experience with that and just ask them. So I sought out our mental health program director, John Murphy, and asked him a few questions that were on my mind. Hope you enjoy.
No. So there are two things there. There's the neurochemical imbalance, which can be organic, genetic, or it can be caused by an event. Imagine being in a traumatic situation that alters the neurochemistry because you get a flood of cortisol, or the quarantine and COVID-19. This global event that not only creates stress, fear of illness, fear of death, the unknown, not knowing what it was, or because we learned more about it as we went along, but also um, an interruption in what is useful in a person's life. So not having access to people, places, and things that the person found rewarding, soothing, supportive, interesting, those types of things can create a neurochemical imbalance, and it can create a mood disorder. So the difference is that when if I have an emotion of depression or sadness, it comes and it goes. It's like the weather. It's like visiting someplace. But a mood disorder is that I live there now. I can't leave. And how do I know I've got one of those? I can't function as well in my daily activities. If I don't just live in my more or less useful life, being able to do the things in my day, socially, professionally, personally, self-care, brushing my teeth, doing what it is that I want to do. If I'm not able to do those things um, because of depression or anxiety or some unknown reason, that's when it's likely I need to seek mental health. The same way that if my car has an issue and I really can't get from point A to point B, that's when it's time to take it into the shop. When should I go see the doctor? When this health issue is now interrupting my ability to function at a baseline level, that's when it's time to go in. Why? Because it's work. I have to go to the doctor, I got to work with somebody, I got to trust somebody. He might give me medication, I might have to take that. That's a lot of work. But if it's impacting my life enough, then it's worth it. And the same thing with mental health. If this mood disorder or these emotions, etc., are creating enough of an interruption in my life, then it's worth it to have to address it, to go do the work to address it. And ideally, what the statistics show, best practices show, is a combination of medication and non-medication interventions tend to be helpful. Ultimately speaking, the person gets themselves back. They're able to utilize their own strengths to function well. So all medication does is it allows you to remove the obstacles to being able to access your own strength. You don't lose yourself, you don't become a zombie, you don't become an artificial version of yourself, you become more yourself, more present, more engaged. What comes with that is more freedom of choice, better choices, less impulsivity, and the one thing that then overriding shift that'll happen is the person's perspective about their situation gets more balanced, so that they can feel sad, depleted, disturbed, anxious, but they know that they're feeling that way and there are things that they can do about it, as opposed to feeling that way and that becomes their reality, which then gives them a message: there's nothing you can do about this, this will never get better. That's the perspective that can change with sufficient support.